Another Wednesday. Another Wednesday. What? What the heck? You guys are here.
Oh.
What the?
We've been here. I've been sitting here for about 4 weeks.
What an honor. Has it been 4? Thought about a month and a half or so. Goodness gracious. And Royce, you're not even in your office, but now I see where you are. My goodness.
I'm at the beach. I gave up on you guys. No one was in the office.
That was my next move. My next move was to go somewhere. I mean, look at you guys. You guys are all in great places. I mean, you got a beach over there in Virginia. You got Florida over here, the bottom left, and then you've got Asia up here in the top right. Which part of Asia? Are you still where you were a year ago when we met last? What?
He's in Singapore.
Singapore. Okay, there we go. There we go. Shouldn't have said that. They'll find you. All right. Well, hey, it is Wednesday, and this is After the Bell. I forgot. Is that what I say usually? Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
So I'm your top left guy, the retail ape. Bottom left is the other retail ape, which is Josh Morgan. And top right is Daniel from Singapore. And he still hasn't learned. You haven't learned Singaporean yet, have you? No?
First of all, there's no language called Singaporean.
Yikes.
They speak Chinese and English.
I know they speak. Well, there's a lot of dialects in China, but that's
Well, they do speak Singlish here, but it is
Singlish. Nice.
Singlish.
I'm learning Spanglish. I'm doing pretty good at that. And then the bottom right.
It's actually kind of similar.
And then bottom right, looking very rested and beach-worthy and best light I've ever seen Royce in as far as this show goes. I mean, that's
actually so true.
I know, isn't it?
It really is.
He looks
I'm staying.
He looks like he's on the set of a movie or something. It looks really good.
I saw Tom Hanks. No, just kidding. I did not. He had a ball with him. I don't know what's going on.
Don't throw that at him. Don't throw that at him. All right, so those are my guests. And a little disclosure before we get started. As always, we're not financial advisors, and this is not financial advice. This is information provided. The information we are providing is surely for entertainment and educational purposes only. And please always consult an investment professional before making any financial decisions. A lot has gone on in 5 weeks. I don't know if you want to throw anything in there to that point at some point, Royce. And we got a lot going on though. I can say that.
Definitely a lot going on here at Arbitrage.
That's why we have not been here, because I mean, when you have this amount of work and this amount of interest in what we're doing, I will say, then this is why we choose either show or we choose things that will make the future shows even better, and that's what we're doing. So Royce is out there being a big star. As always, of course.
Want to be a rock star.
That's right. And live on beaches. Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Take out beaches.
Cue the music.
Yeah. He was trying to get me to sing. We all want to be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I started it. It is karaoke.
There you go.
Here at Arbitrage. All right, let's get started here. Daniel was nice enough, as always, to get the agenda, the kind of the table of contents that we're going to follow here. We will also go off of those a little bit. I see he's gotten a little bit less confident in actually putting the figures down and waiting till we get here to do this. So I was ready. We do have the figures here, and I will start those. First of all, we're all green. That's why the lights behind me are all green. And the Dow Jones was up 1.04, S&P 500 0.32 up, NASDAQ is up 0.14, gold is 34.07, WTI crude $62.74. There's some information. That's an economy thing right there. And the 10-year is down to 4.23. We have Bitcoin at right at 123,000, Ethereum at 47.23, and XRP, I'm just throwing it in there for whatever reason, is at 3.27. So
don't
the big thing is,
it's going to be.
I know. You see, I didn't. Thank you, Trump. And by the way, I want Daniel.
Go ahead. Trump. I was talking about XRP way before that.
Anytime you say beautiful, you're going to get.
All right, fine. XRP is going to be huge.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Huge.
All right, Daniel,
It's
go
going
ahead
to
and
be
say
bigly. Bigly, I tell you.
bigly. That's right. That's right. It's going to be beautiful. Hey, Daniel.
I got to be right back. There's an ice cream truck. I got to get this. Oh.
Do you have your dollar bills, or do they take Venmo?
I hope they take Venmo.
I got to be honest for a second. I thought Royce was actually going to have to go somewhere. I'm like, there goes the
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, would have been pretty
one more week.
The funny part is I did get a call, and I'm like, mute.
They didn't have enough money for your time.
I want to ask you about this billions of dollars. We'll see you. Hey, Daniel, you've waited 5 weeks. I'm sure it's just like it's just built up all throughout your system, and you're ready to just blurt it out right now. So go ahead with what you love to say at this point.
Well, I mean, we have been back, but it's been 4 weeks of it, so it feels a little top heavy now.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Oh, somebody has shorts.
My charts have lied. Never. So yeah, he's right. He's top heavy.
We will talk.
So for the listener now, every week at the beginning of the week, I do a Substack breaking down kind of like a large market overview, which takes into account a lot of Royce's analysis from his, analysis that he does every week. And, is there some slight room to run up still? Yes. But as Royce could show you, our bands are running out of room heavily in many markets, which doesn't mean there's going to be some crazy recession, but there's running out of probability to continue that strong uptrend we've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and to the indicators credit, as always, and Royce has been talking about this in his charts that he's put out, is saying that there is room to run, and it continues to do so, even though maybe some of the rest of us are like, no way. Well, as he always says, those indicators don't lie.
Yep.
It has constantly said that.
I did have to break out control last week because I was like, is this going to keep going or are we going back down? And it's like, nope, we're going to business as usual.
Yeah. And I mean, if anybody wants to go back and look in the annals of all the videos that we make, he has been saying that. So that's a credit to Royce's product, which it's his little child is our AI bot, Pips. So, just to recap what's going on this week, though, because a lot of Trump things have happened, and mostly around tariffs. I mean, if I hear tariff one more time, I'm going to sound like Samuel Jackson.
You get a tariff, and you get a tariff.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, because everything can be thrown on to that's because of tariffs, right? But anyway, rate cuts is now the thing. I mean, it's funny how they flip their story in the media from rate cuts could be a bad thing to a good thing to a bad thing again. I mean, it's an indicator of the economy is going to go bad. So now they have to do 50 it's just time to do 50 because we're so overinflated. I mean, there's so many stories out there and narratives to explain what as Royce likes to say, the stock market's going to do anyway. So it's what they say to justify the movement that's already going to happen. So,
hey, the news is made for the numbers. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Exactly. It's not it's the whole which came first, the egg or the chicken or whatever. And I think we can debate that all day, but in this case, it's just follow the lines, right, Royce?
Yeah. Yep. That's a sticky subject, but we're not going to go there. Continue on.
Hey, everybody, he's teasing again. And you guys have been talking about September as well, and wake me up when September ends, blah blah blah. Well, that's when the next rate cut announcements happen, and it's a good excuse for things to happen in September. So, and they keep trying to push it even to October now, but I think it's as far as things happening, but I think it'll happen around September now. And of course, that's after I said June. So two months ago.
I think the reports say that traders are now expecting a 98% chance of a rate cut in September. And I think it was you're referring to Besant wanting 50 bips.
Yes. And then if we have a Fed guy, and then we're going from 0 Fed guys to now there's another one picked already, even though it's not time for him to be in. I mean, there's just so many things. There's so many blurbs out there. Just you put a bunch of things out there, then you can pick one to say, okay, the stock went that way because of that. But yeah, so it's his cronies. He's getting his cronies in the areas that he wants to make things happen. So I mean, that's what everybody does.
That's how I got you guys here.
Yeah, and so I haven't heard from.
We're Royce's Nepo babies.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just say when we're on the yacht doing these after the bells, know that
you know what
signs.
That right there. See, I can use my right arm for certain things.
I just have to say, Josh, you can't bring any boxes on the yacht. That's no boxes. No boxes.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see.
That went over my head. Josh,
you should watch Saturday Night Live more often.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I do know Justin Timberlake. I do know about the one box. Yes.
Yep.
Will it be Christmas time? All right.
Kwanzaa.
Right.
Hanukkah? At this point, I'm just quoting lyrics. Please,
all right.
carry on.
Josh, it looks like you've been really wanting to say a lot of stuff, especially when Trump's in there. And when we put Basant's name in there, and he's just like, you can just see it just coming up in his throat. He just wants to just really throw it all out there. So go ahead, floor is yours. What do you have to say about the current stocks, economy, media, administration? Try to keep it within 2 hours, please. Go, Josh.
I mean, you don't really. Well, okay. I'll leave the administration. I'll leave them alone for a minute. But as far as everything being overweight, like you don't really even need the bands are a very useful tool and everybody should use them, but you don't really need the bands to see like how grossly overvalued everything is. I mean, even retail investors are moving out. You look at, I think there was a report came out like 2 weeks ago that said everyone from money managers to retail investors moved $80 billion out of the market, like out of equities and into money markets. And I mean, that's all. Money markets are always a safe haven because everybody's looking at what's happening and seeing everything is so overweight, so overweight, so overbought that eventually you're going to run into a place where there's no more buyers. And then that's when things are going to start going south really fast. And yeah, I mean, to Daniel's point, I know they're expecting that 25% base points cut, and we might get that. I still don't see the numbers lining up to where we will actually get that. I think everybody's going to be kind of surprised. But to your point, I think I saw on
what numbers would you need to see?
I mean, we're still. I don't.
Do you think they would need to see?
I think that we're still uncertain on the inflation part of it. And I think that's one thing that Powell is really, really harping on, because if you go back and listen to, the last meetings that we've had, he's really kind of focused in on that. And we still have not seen the actual numbers that are caused by the result of inflation. I don't think we've really seen that. I think we've seen some of it that's partially baked in, but they're talking about ultimately it's going to be like a 15% across the board. Everything's going to end up going up. And so when prices go up, then you strain, you put the economy under an additional strain. And then, we'll talk about that in the, couple segments down the road, but that's when you start talking about, are we getting into potential for recession? And I think that's what Powell is really trying to avoid.
Let me add to that. What they're saying also, anybody that's in the markets says that they've already, I love this term, baked in 2 rate cuts. And that's what the prices are at, and that's why the stock market is where it is they baked in the fact that they're going to do 2. And so if we get a 0 or a 25, it's going to pull down just specifically because of that, because it's already 2 that are baked in. So that'll be interesting to see. If they don't do any because of tariffs and inflation's going crazy, which is possible because tariffs, we still haven't started to see the effects of that yet, because they all got pushed out, just like everything else gets pushed down the road. A lot of those tariffs, and even China now has gotten an extra X amount. I forget what they get now, another 9 weeks. I forget what it was.
90 days.
90 days. Thank you. And so it's everything. Although they finally made some tough decisions, though. India's not real happy right now. Sweden's not real happy right now. We'll talk about that later too. But or is it Switzerland? Anyway, one of those countries over there.
You're making stuff up now.
No, she actually came over here. The prime minister came over and had a one-on-one because now her country wants her gone because of. Anyway, I just read the gossip, I guess, of business too.
I got you.
So, but anyway, my point is that the tariffs, there's a lot of tariffs that are now in play and have started. So we won't see those until a month down the road, maybe. So that does all point to September. So you got September with all the tariffs reports coming through after a month of the real tariffs being in play. And you also have all of these notes that these companies and these businesses have to either roll over or find another way because they become due. There were so many notes that were due, bonds that were due for a lot of companies in September. And that's, in fact, Block. We talked about that earlier off here, but Block was one of them that has to refinance what they're doing. And it's not a great interest rate arena, if you will, to refinance things. So that's why it all points to me to September, as you guys have been saying, or at the very least, maybe the last part leading into, rightly so, October and Halloween season. But these are also traditional times. August and September, as you know, and I know you've said it, Daniel, I think, is that these are times that are not great for the markets. So that's it's all right there. I mean, how can we go against that? The history.
Yeah.
So there it is, Dan. Well, actually, let's go, Daniel, to back up what you can go ahead and say what you had to say about the Bank of America securities guy, talking about how inflated we are. Not only in prices, but also in equities right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so 91% of fund managers think we're overvalued in equities. And I just want to say to Josh's point, I do think you're right. We don't know the effects of inflation from the tariffs, and there will be some, right? It's definitely more than 0.2%. But I think kind of the point that maybe you're not thinking about is Powell has two things to consider. It's inflation and unemployment, right? And if you look at where unemployment is, it is gradually rising. It's kind of been in this range bound area, going up slowly. But if you look at the data behind it, you look at the revisions they did, which were over 90% from the prior 2 months, right? And then you look at, especially tech is one of the largest hiring bodies of companies. They're at their lowest level in the last 2 years. And when you look at unemployment relative to how recessions happen, it's always a dramatic spike. So, you may not see whether inflation goes parabolic or not. I think kind of all you have to do is wait for some jobless numbers or unemployment numbers to come in that are drastically higher than they are now, and his hand will be forced. And I don't think inflation maybe matters as much as unemployment numbers do. Because if unemployment, we're at 4.2%, if it comes in as 5.5 next time, not literally next time, but within 2 months or something, you're going to see they're going to have to cut 50 bips at a minimum, right? And then, as you know, when you start doing drastic rate cuts, historically, that's always when recessions happen. And to Darin's point, when it comes to seasonality, yeah, the next 2 months, I shared a chart with you guys. The VIX is at the lowest level it's been at over the last 2 years, which essentially the market views it as there being no risk. And we know with seasonality that, sometime in August is often a bottom where it goes up for the next 2 months, which often means markets go down. So I think there's a lot of, and to be fair, Powell has always been behind the ball on everything. So it's all these things could happen. And then he cuts rates and I do agree with you. It's like it is kind of hard to like justify it now, but it's like I personally see the numbers starting to come in line with like, he doesn't have to do anything crazy. He doesn't have to do like 100 bips, but like 25 wouldn't kill him.
No, I get that, but he's always been, very much like he wants to see the numbers. And the problem is now with the, director of the BLS getting fired, those numbers get exponentially murkier. Like what numbers do you actually, now we're going to take a page.
Oh, they couldn't get any worse than they already were.
Take a page from Darin's book and be
98% wrong? Like, come on. Like, that guy should be fired just for the sheer fact of like.
He's not the one making up the numbers. They're just delivering literally a definition of
like,
the messenger.
He's the messenger. Why are you shooting the messenger?
Right. I think it's a woman, guys.
No. Shoot the messenger. Get someone smart in who can redo the system to get better numbers.
It'd be like scapegoat.
It'd be like me firing like a post office, like my postal employee, because he delivered me my credit card debt or my credit card bill. Like he literally just handed it to me. He didn't come up with these numbers.
You should take.
I don't know. Can we do that? Maybe, I don't know. Just put a mail forwarding on it. Like, sorry, wrong address. Right.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
Well, guys, they do surveys in old ancient ways, is what I'm hearing, and so it's time to just basically put technology back into that survey getting, because a lot of people don't even answer them anymore. Is what I'm hearing. So, and who knows how long that's been, by the way. And anyway, I think it's just a puppet. It's just a puppet position that whoever's in administration is going to say, this is the numbers I need, so get to it. I don't necessarily believe it. You guys know that's the way I am anyway. That and now it's starting to prove true, is just that these numbers have nothing more than an agenda to be filled and are not actual numbers. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Okay, sorry.
That's
your 2
I just
cents?
said that's my 2 cents. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm torn. The economist in me says I see one thing, and then the charts say I see another thing, and basically, depending on how he pulls the lever, it can have two effects. One is basically, why would you ever cut rates? The only reason you would cut rates, in my opinion, is to encourage people, the savers who are afraid of the market, to encourage them to say, I'm not getting enough money. Maybe I should put my money in the market to continue to rally so it can continue going up. The opposite side is it's a trap, right? You lure them in so that the whales can take their profits.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as Daniel was saying, that like every time you get a rate cut, notice the market falls, because all the people at the top, they're like, they know it's the top. Everyone sees it's the top. They're like, oh, but yeah, it's safe to get back in. They're cutting the rates. You should actually be afraid when they start raising the rates, because they're letting you know it's safer to be in cash than to be in the market.
Yeah, I think the whole reason that was given is, as these interest rates are keeping, I think the administration's reason is to make it more affordable for housing and for cars, and these interest rates that are being charged right now, blah, blah, blah. But I never, as you know, just at face value, okay, so what's the real reason? Kind of like what you're saying, Royce.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's very hard to basically keep a straight face when you see them raising the rates. Them raising the rates are literally saying, yeah, it's okay, business as usual, keep on going. But meanwhile, everyone that's going to cash won't make as much as people who are already in the market. So
yeah, well, it's the only thing on the table right now, of course, is staying where they are or lowering the rates.
And I honestly think the main reason that they raise rates is to combat inflation. And I know that sounds counterintuitive.
Oh, that's what they say. Yeah, that's what they say.
But they're basically trying to keep it where the market still outpaces inflation, so they have to raise it just to basically the money that's sitting still has the ability to keep its same value, while everyone, the risk takers, are willing to ride the ride.
Yep. Yeah, I think raising rates also expands wealth gap.
So rate cuts technically are bad. It's a trap, in my opinion. In my opinion, I've picked the side. It's a trap.
No, I think, and they'll say this also on financial TV, but that in many cases, if you cut, that's a bad sign, and it's because something's
You're trying
broken.
to lure people in so the people at the top who know it's the top can get out with their profit. It's an auction. You have to have people willing to buy in order for you to sell. There always have to be more losers than winners. That's just the way the game works.
Yep. All right, guys, that was a really good intro. As far as just how we, I mean, seriously,
Hey, it took us
really
5
good.
weeks to write it.
That's one of our, it just kept building up in our head.
I'm just glad we hit.
You know how many agenda topics we've missed?
No, we're not done with that. We're not done with this stream. I'm still stuck on the gold bars now, which is why people are putting their money in that. And then we can bring up Josh's favorite subject, which is Trump again and the administration, and they're taxing gold bars now. So what's that about, Daniel?
Yeah, so I mean, this one made me laugh. There's just like tariffs everywhere, but so there's now supposed to be a 39% tariff on gold bars coming in from Switzerland, which I had no idea that. I guess
that was the
Switzerland
thing, right?
Gold bars.
I thought Africa, I thought other places, but Switzerland, okay.
I think with Switzerland, it's like they do a lot of refining of the gold there, from what I was reading.
That's what it is.
I heard there's a Cayman Island somewhere.
No. They just hold your fiat. They're not under the gold. They're fiat and Bitcoin.
Okay.
But so that ended up freezing a bunch of gold shipments, and one, I just thought this was like kind of like crazy. It was like, oh, there's just like tariffs on everything. So I'm sure Josh will have a field day with that. But I thought it was potentially an interesting kind of speculation in the aspect of Trump being like a very crypto forward president, and him not wanting people to be in gold and pushing to be more in crypto, which, it would be good for the US because we have the strategic crypto reserve. And maybe this is a tell that there's no gold left in Fort Knox. Who knows?
I was going to ask, but they say it's not there anymore.
Oh, wait,
yeah, they found giant asteroids out in space with a bunch of gold. We just got to go get it.
I heard the Winklevi twins say that the reason Bitcoin was valuable was because Elon Musk was going to land like rockets on asteroids and like mine the gold off them. There's like infinite gold in the like universe. I was like, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard.
Strip mining.
Bitcoin.
Hey, why not?
A much more valuable Mars bar. Dunk. So
with those robots he has. Hey.
That's right. He doesn't know what. No human has to go up. Just a bunch of robots. I bet you he's working on that for sure. Especially when
if he's not, you're welcome, Elon. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's right.
You just take 1% for your idea.
There you go.
Yep, I'm patenting it.
That would be a lot, still, very much. All right, so give us the numbers here on ISM, Daniel.
Wait, does anyone else have any take on the gold bars?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
Well,
crypto, by the way.
I don't see. I mean, I get what you're saying is like if you take away one safe haven, it kind of pushes people to the other. But I don't. To me, they're targeting two very different audiences. Like, I mean, there are still people that don't believe Bitcoin is real, much less something that is actually, a tangible investment. And so the people that are more likely to adopt crypto, and I mean, even at this point, I think it's still considered an early adoption because, I mean, we're just now getting to the point where it's even somewhat, regulated and accepted by the White House. I mean, prior to this administration, it still wasn't, welcomed with open arms. And even Trump himself wasn't welcoming it with open arms until he realized he could make a buck off of it. But now, I mean, so it's much more of a risk on type of asset, whereas gold is very much the opposite. That's like, you think about the guys that are like burying gold in their backyard and backwoods of Texas. And so, I mean, it's just just because it's tangible and you can hold it, and it's something that, it is always going to have value because, it's just kind of what we originally backed the dollar with. And now it's just always something that has a tangible value. It's a real world asset. And so to me, I could see it pushing maybe some like fringe, the guys that didn't want to go, like wasn't one of the ones that wanted to go money market, wanted to go, more of a safer equity, but they still wanted to do something. So they went crypto instead of gold. But, both of them still look, gold at 3,500 is crazy. And then crypto at, what are we at, 120-ish now, is still crazy. So, I don't know if it's really pushing that type of investor one way or the other, but maybe.
All right. So I don't want to diverge on this too much, but let's say there's some kind of crazy war, nuclear fallout in the world or whatever.
Thanks for that.
Bitcoin. I'll just bear with me. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Bitcoin and gold are equally unvaluable.
Like
invaluable. Yeah, because let's say there's, the world's falling apart. You're not going to start bartering with gold.
Yes,
no,
absolutely.
It's you need. No, you wouldn't.
Why
it's
not?
A physical, tangible asset. If you've got no, if the world is collapsing,
I have cows, so I have milk. You want to take some gold?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
No, I need bread.
Give me one
just a shiny yellow rock. It doesn't do
doomsday prepper
that's exactly what's going on in
physically
Africa
storing
right
his
now.
Bitcoin in some bunker or basement. No, you get gold, food, things that can actually you go back to the basics. That's the root of what
any country will accept
America.
Gold. Any country
I guess
might
we should start
accept
collecting seashells too, huh?
I already have some.
And they're pretty. They're pretty.
They're on his necklace.
Like a girl.
Yeah.
Knew that was coming. But seriously, you got to have energy. You have to have energy and power to do Bitcoin, right? To exchange it,
Right.
everything else. If nuclear is happening, then that's going to
If
be
you
a while.
can't access the internet, your Bitcoin is useless.
And we lost our rating.
Okay, you can beat that. You can blur that out.
Take back everything, Josh.
Mhm.
Why? All he said was ducking. I heard him
Mhm.
ducking. All right, go ahead.
What I think on Bitcoin, a lot of people are ignoring the fact that basically there is Satoshi, which stands behind Bitcoin. And basically it's sort of like the dollar. You got basically $1 million bill, and then you have 1 million Satoshi that's sitting behind that one Bitcoin. People are also missing out that basically the last Bitcoin will not be mined until 2131. There's 106 years more of Bitcoin mining before all of it's out there and the supply is depleted. So way past all of us, Bitcoin will probably still be here. And for the people who do the long game, those buy and hold people. That's why they say hold, right? Because, hey, it might not be worth anything today, but by the time your kids, are in college or are doing things, yeah, you could see a Bitcoin.
Josh is going to unplug the computer. He's a Bitcoin hater.
I'm not.
I'm going to throw yellow rocks at your head.
Bro, I literally just doubled down on my Ripple, and I literally doubled down on my total assets for Ripple, just last week.
It's not what you're doing. It's not what you believe in.
The gold bars in your backyard.
I don't actually own any gold bars, although I probably should, but they're really expensive right now. So I'm going to wait for a pullback.
Yeah.
Oh, but I thought they were valuable.
They are. Again,
do
though,
what I say, not what I do.
I'm not one of these like doomsday preppers. So
it's not what you believe in; it's what others believe in and are willing to trade. That's really all it is. It really doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. And that's why these guys who did poo-poo all the crypto, all these top bank executives were poo-pooing it, and then all of a sudden, oops, we can make money. So yeah, we believe in it. So that's pretty much where we are. That's where we are.
All I'm saying is, if you ever watch these apocalypse or zombie shows, you never see them like bartering with gold. It's all about guns and butter.
Hey, you gotta buy those guns with something. You gotta buy those guns with something.
Yeah, and the street corners. Let's continue.
Yeah, and the guy who already has the gun gets the rest of the guns. Guns would literally be the only thing that would matter.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be gold?
That's right. Mad Max. Let's do it. Let's hit the road.
Yikes. But
right,
on the side of Ripple, to Josh's point,
Yeah.
The banks are doing all kinds of crazy things with Ripple, tokenizing real estate with it, and basically sending money because the transactions clear for half a Ripple. And for half a Ripple, that's why I think literally by the time 2026, 2027, at least between $25 and $50, because that's how much it costs to send the wire. They're not going to lose the fees. So if half a Ripple is $25 to $50, absolutely, let's go.
By the
Easy
way, Royce,
money, more secure, and unlike wires and Swift, when you send money via wire or Swift, if it goes into the ether and someone scammed you, conned you, pulled your money, Ripple has the ability to be clawed back. So it's safer than the Swift and the wiring system current.
And then there's quantum, which is going to.
And then there's what?
Everything. And then there's quantum computing, which is going to make all of this something else. But it's going to be crypto for sure. I can guarantee you a different type of crypto, which is what they're looking at now, because of the security concerns with the current blockchains.
That's it. I'm making a coin.
That's right. Get ahead. Get ahead.
Do we not have an arbitrage coin yet?
You're not supposed to talk about that on TV.
Arbitrage Quant coin.
So we don't have an arbitrage coin yet.
There's a Quant coin and an APE coin. The Quant coin is worth 4 times as much.
Well, the APE coin currently
and the
wins,
institutional coin, we are not going to talk about that one at all.
We'll get a lot of retail investors. By the way, APE you said hodl. You said hold, and it's hodl. I mean, we have to. That's APE have to correct you.
I'm
it's
sorry.
HODL. Yeah, there we go.
Somebody has dyslexia. My bad.
Which is hold on for dear life is what it stands for, by the way. Which we have.
But where's the extra F? Shouldn't that be whole something? What for dear life?
I thought you were dyslexic.
No, you're saying fold, not hold.
Oh, what's going on?
We pretty much we have crushed the whole inflation thing. There's no reason to go back on that. I think the crypto thing, and I think we've even talked about the labor department, et cetera. So pretty much we have covered everything. If there's any last words or last rights anybody wants to talk about that we've talked about so far, I think we did a great job though covering it all in a very natural and non running down the agenda manner. So good job.
Yeah, I'm going to get a trophy made. The F-bomb trophy goes to Josh Morgan. It was awarded 8/13/2025.
Hey, that can't be the first time the F word has been said on this show.
You would be the only other one.
No, but I'm pretty sure I was the only one that did it previously. So,
Oh, really?
Like Daniel said something sometime. Maybe it wasn't the F-bomb.
I think I called you stupid, but
no, it's not much harsher than that. I'm not watching them all back to see and find it. We got AI to do that. Go find this word in all of the past episodes. All right, guys. So we have not talked about this in a while. I'll pull up what was this. I think it's torn and tattered on the edges. It might be a little discolored, maybe a little Coke spilled on it. But here's the old. You guys can't see it. The old scoreboard, the old scorecard, and it's the last.
He's trying to relish. He's trying to relish, guys. He's trying to relish.
Yeah, just let him have.
Josh won. Josh won. Admit it.
This is like talking about your high school glory days.
By the way, I do have that coming up. Yes, I got inducted into my high school Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right.
Let me live my moment, man, while I'm still alive.
Wait, why did we not have that as a topic?
Yeah, let's don't, because there would be jokes, lots of jokes. Season 3. Here's the scoreboard after the bell. We have. I actually ended up with 4. Josh ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 11
Man
total.
Of the hour.
And then
that's why he can drop F-bombs and it doesn't matter.
Because he's the man. Quantitudes had 6. So we are the winners. Overall winners, Josh. If we had actually showed up.
Right. You are the champions.
If yes,
my friend.
Champion. We are the champions.
Yeah, we need to play that song.
You're going to get me singing.
Can you play that in the background?
I did it. Already did it.
No, not singing.
No one ever joins in with you, Darin.
Gosh. I really should add that music in the background. Yeah. Which I could I could do it over this, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, So if I had been allowed, because I had won 4 out of the last 5, if I had been allowed to run the rest of the way, I would have tied him. But we had more important things to go. So I am the one on the roll. I am on the one on the roll right now. I basically took the baton from Josh.
Right, Josh. Right.
I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. Josh was so tired of carrying that baton all season long that he handed it off to me, and I did the right thing and kept running with it. So there's a track thing, which is what it was. It's what I did in high school. So
this sounds
I
like
have
when I play with Mario Kart with my kids, I lap, do first 2 laps and then wait for them to catch back up. Right. There you go, Darin. Take it. You can do this.
You're just off in the grass, going in circles, waiting on them. Yeah.
That's right. Only because you threw poo at me and it got under my tires. All right,
you did that yourself.
Yeah, that's true. It came. The banana peel came back from me throwing it back underneath my tires. That's what happened. So I gave, because he is the quarterback and the MVP of our team. I gave Josh 3 stocks to pick from that I selected. And so, what did you decide on for this week?
That what was it? XYZ.
XYZ?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it was block, and now it's XYZ is the ticker on it. And Royce is looking it up right now. We'll get it pulled up. I will pull up the chart. By the way, you know what? We got to do the other chart too, though. Did you have a chart you wanted to do specifically?
We don't want to give away all of our secrets.
That's
true. Come back next week.
That's true. Tease him again. He's the teaser. So see. Let's see. Have you pulled it up? There we go. Actually, yeah. There's the XYZ. So we need a range.
Should be like 4 or 5 each.
Look how narrow he's trying to make it look.
Look, I'm gonna show you short term, which is the arbitrage band, and we're at the top of the band. But there is a green X giving us a little bit of hope. It just needs to make it over 81.51 to turn into a buy trend. Short term. Meanwhile, this compass line is getting really close. Actually, it already crossed over the pink line, so we are technically in a long-term buy trend right now, but it's flirting with and not wanting to cross that mean line. That red line that's coming across, that blue line is sitting right on top of it saying, can we get over there? If we can get over there, the next band takes over the trend. But where we are, let me turn on the dash to see the rest of the numbers. Let's go show all of our odds and automation and all that good stuff and see where we are. That turned on the odds to show the probability of it continuing on or stopping. And all the charts, 1 minute through 4 hour, are all chiming in. Several of them are saying that 78, 79 should be a top, but we do have a couple of outliers at 87 and 83. Meanwhile, a lot of them are also saying that 70 is the bottom. However, the 5-minute chart thinks that a whole lot less about XYZ than we do, coming in at 54.77. So pick your poison, folks. Pick your poisons.
So what are you giving? 70 to 85 or what? What's
70 to 88? Or let's do even numbers.
Got divided by 4. 86.
Yeah, let's do 70 to 90. How about that?
90, okay.
Just make it, $5 ranges.
Yep. All right. So I will go ahead and start off. This is kind of nerve-wracking because I'm the first one of this season picking, and I may never pick again. So let's look. It is, I'm going to go with 76 now. Anything can happen in a week with crypto. It likes to probably run with crypto.
So do you like to be bullish or do you like to be bearish? That's the question.
I don't really want to do
perma bear.
I don't want to do either, honestly. I'm going to stick. Let's see, that would be 7. You know what? I'm going to take 74 to 78.
They're $5 ranges.
I mean, 75 to 80 then. Nope, 75 to 80.
75 to 90.
75 to 80.
What?
I'm messing with them.
Yeah, because I was
count their fingers and their toes.
I was stuck on the. We were going with 4, and then you changed it to 5. Yes, so 75 to 80 is my pick. Josh, what's yours?
Ooh, definitely not. I guess I'll just go right underneath that.
See how they block us out? You see how they do that?
I mean,
we got 80. We got 80 and down.
85 to 90.
I mean, it's not like I get to pick my range, so I'm just kind of chilling right now.
So,
okay.
as Daniel correctly said, Royce, where are you going?
Right? Wink, wink.
Love you too, Darin.
I got to give it to the man who's making all these millions come into our.
So did you pick Josh?
Yeah.
We now have 80 and below.
80 and below. Okay, fair enough.
That's what the apes have now.
So I'm doing 80 to 85. I think it honestly going to make there. That's where I think it's actually going. And it should land right on top of, if I'm not mistaken, right on top of the SAR at about 81.50 something.
It's just a matter if it does it.
Pick a number out the air.
No, I mean it's
gonna sputter out right before it hits 80.
That's what I'm saying. But he's right every week. It's just a matter of the timing. We're confined to this 1 week, and that's the only difference. And so we'll see.
Before I sputter out.
Yeah. We actually have something to talk about. Oh, and you know what? I came back to live TV here, so to speak, and we got a good view of Daniel yawning. That's great. I'm going to replay that one over and over again.
6 a.m. What do you want from me?
That's right. I know.
I'm not used to this anymore.
I know. You got used to not being used to it. That's right. So
he has up and to the right, baby. Up and to the right.
All right, guys. Doing that. We'll see if it continues next week. More and more all-time highs, etc. Definitely Arbitrage is riding an all-time high right now. So great. We will see you guys next week, next Wednesday. Hopefully. Money always wins, though. But hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday on After the Bell from Arbitrage. Bye.
All right, see ya.